Okay. Alright everyone, welcome back. I know it's been quite some time since I've done a video.
Since forever.
Yeah, 6 months. This is my buddy Jordan. Me and him are pretty huge fighting game fans. We're pretty back and forth in Street Fighter, and he's undefeated in Mortal Kombat. I can't beat him, which is saying a lot. Then again, I suck at Mortal Kombat. So we're going to take this time here to maybe a multi-part video to talk about some of the fighting games. So first off, we're going to talk about
different, not necessarily just fighting games in general, but different maybe our tips in the fighting games, how to play them.
Just a very general introduction to fighting games.
Yeah.
Because since they're coming back into popularity again,
with the reboots of all the Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, like Super Street Fighter 4, and Marvel vs. Capcom 3, with all the reboots of the new games.
And Mortal Kombat, and the rumored Tekken X Street Fighter, Street Fighter X Tekken coming out.
Well, no, Street Fighter X Tekken's actually been
confirmed.
Confirmed. Yeah.
Oh,
It's actually in. I either read it online on IGN or in my new Game Informer. I'm not sure. But one of those two places.
All right. Well, we're gonna talk about it where it all started. Sort of. I don't have the first Street Fighter, and I don't have plain Street Fighter 2. But I do have Street Fighter 2 Turbo right here for the Super Nintendo, which is the one that most people know and remember. And right here we have Mortal Kombat on the Sega CD, the first Mortal Kombat on Sega CD. Oh, this.
Yeah.
Now, these games were very different for their time. Like, Street Fighter was like the first popular fighting game that I've seen and played that really caught on. First 6-button fighter, first one to have like special moves and all that I've seen. I may be wrong.
And just for reference, if you don't know what a special move is, there's punches and there's kicks, which are regular attacks, and the special moves are like attacks that are unique to a certain fighter.
Yeah,
right.
Like
like a fireball.
Yeah, like throwing fireball. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
If you're in a fighting game, you have some sort of fireball or ice ball or something attack some character.
Yeah. And so every character has a special attack in pretty much all of these games we're going to talk about.
Yeah. So, first let's talk about the first Street Fighter now. When I was a little Cory, without glasses and without shaggy hair and without a beard, me and my brother, we had a Super Nintendo as our first system, and we played Street Fighter a lot. In fact, I think it may be the first game I've ever played. It might not have been, but if it's the first game I've ever played, that explained my addiction to fighting games. But yeah, it's overall a very well-balanced fighting game.
There are a few things in there. It's kind of...
Well, it's only like the third incarnation out of the 8 billion different Street Fighter games that were ever made.
Well,
like Street Fighter Alpha 3 Third Strike. Like, one day we're gonna see like Street Fighter 9000 Hyper Tension Turbo Z.
Okay.
Versus Capcom versus DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably won't happen, but whatever.
Oh, it will happen. I'll make it happen. But yeah, it's the first fair fighter. It was the first well-balanced fighter. Really, all I've got to say is that it's all around a good game to start off with, get you into the fighting game genre, because this is the one that really started it all. Yeah, so
Street Fighter.
It was pretty tame for the time. It's just your basic, basic as you can get for a fighting game. And yeah. So anything you'd like to say?
I'm not quite sure about this, but I think I can remember. It's one game, and I think it's Street Fighter. That Street Fighter 2 or 2 Turbo, whichever one came out first, came out. Would it be Street Fighter 2?
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2 actually came out in the USA before Street Fighter 1 did, I think. Before they released Street Fighter 1 in USA. I think they did. I'm not quite sure.
I think Street Fighter 1 came out first because it was released on one system, the first Street Fighter ever, but they've never went back to it like they did with Street Fighter 2 and added Turbo or Championship.
Mm-hmm. It's always just been left Street Fighter 1.
It wasn't even called Street Fighter 1 on the console it was ported to. It was called Fighting Street. And you could only play as Ryu or Ken. And it was really weird. I've never played it myself, but...
No, you know, it was really weird.
because I seen videos of it and I looked it up.
All right. Is that all you have to say about that? About Street Fighter for right now?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what we got to talk about next is my favorite fighting games is the Mortal Kombat, which
Mortal Kombat series.
Probably the most rivaled fighting game series is Street Fighter.
It's like Sonic versus Mario. It's like Rocky versus Apollo. It's like
Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. It's just
yeah. It's like Katana versus Melina.
Yeah, well, not quite. Anyways,
shut up.
The thing that kind of revolutionized Mortal Kombat to make people want to play it is with Street Fighter. It was more of a cartoony type game, but it was
animated.
Yeah, it was animated.
Very anime oriented.
Yeah, very. It was kind of
over the top.
Yeah, it was a really good
It's an over the top anime style.
Yes. But the thing that brought everyone to Mortal Kombat was the blood and
the over the top digitized actor style.
Yes. No, the blood and the gore. They could
over top gore and blood.
Yeah, fatalities.
Because everyone would be so focused on Street Fighter, it wouldn't matter if your fighting game was good or not back then. You had to have something that would catch the audience.
Yes.
Right then. Yeah.
Like if you released the best fighting game ever, it wouldn't matter because nobody would play it unless it would brought something new to the games.
Yeah, new to the genre, something that wasn't seen before. With the over top finishing moves, the new bloody characters, the relenting difficulty. Still playing.
Yes.
I still haven't beat the first Mortal Kombat.
Wow.
So
cry. And then something else is like the like you said, the difficulty of it actually really brought a challenge. And then also, once people started playing it, they kind of started figuring out how much hidden stuff is actually in these games. It's like they pack these things to the brim with hidden stuff.
See, like in the Mortal Kombat games, this was something they also brought new to the table. They brought in secret characters, fatalities, which is like like everyone knows, finish him, or get over here.
There's no, get over here was more of a special move.
Yeah, but everyone knows that line by now.
Yeah.
Like,
and then
you'd be hard pressed to find someone who doesn't know it.
Yeah. Well, if you never played a fighting game, you kind of.
Or like some rural village in Ethiopia. I bet you still probably find someone with like an old Game Boy.
What? Finish him. Okay, so anyways, on to the past the racist jokes. This is actually not the original Mortal Kombat. This is Mortal Kombat 1, but the original one came out on the Sega Genesis, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, Sega. I couldn't find the cartridge. I'm sorry, all my games are in storage right now.
And then, I guess before we move on, like, the final...
Let's talk about the rivalry between the two, because it was just back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as Mortal Kombat came out, they came out with Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the consoles to compete with the game, saying it was faster and all that stuff. It was more high-paced. Then Mortal Kombat came out in the consoles. Nintendo still didn't want the blood on it, so they tamed that version down, which is why I even have the Sega version back then. So they still had the code though.
But they were both very good fighters. Very, very good games.
One thing that set them apart is that Street Fighter 2 is a 6-button fighter, and Mortal Kombat is 5-button if you count the middle block button on the arcade machine.
I'm pretty sure it was the very first 5-button fighter. Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Or at least the very first successful.
None of this is fact, okay?
Yeah.
This is our opinions.
And I think we need to check and see if our time's up yet.
Nah, it would bleep.
Oh, it will? Okay.
Yeah. You totally just fucked up our video. We'll just keep going. Press on.
Matter. Alright, so I guess then what we're going to talk about is the Mortal Kombat 3, or do you want to talk about...
Yeah, let's do Mortal Kombat 3, because that was...
major turning point for Mortal Kombat.
That was when it stopped with the, just the stale, just punch like 5 times in a row to the face and then do a low kick. Because there wasn't much of a combo system.
Like the most combo you could do is punch someone 5 times in the face. That's pretty much it.
Uppercut and then ice them or something.
No, you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
You could maybe ice them and then uppercut them.
Yeah.
That's it.
There wasn't a really deep combo system to the first 2 Mortal Kombats, but they are still good.
Yes, they are very good.
Mortal Kombat 3 brought in a couple things. It's the most questionable game because it was like the only one that I can think of that doesn't have Scorpion.
No, it does.
It doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. If he is, then he's totally hidden.
Oh, this is Mortal Kombat 3. Okay, I was thinking of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I don't have Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
Okay.
I wish I did though.
Although, fun fact, in case you all can see this, I'm not sure if you all can.
He has Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 on his iPhone.
iPod. I'm not that cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm such a total nerd. If you can see right there, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and then, yeah, nice picture of Kim Kardashian in the back. And then that's how much of a Mortal Kombat nerd I am. Background.
He just loves Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
It's like
fighting games. This is my favorite game pretty much.
Yeah, but it brought in the run system, which
yes.
That's all I have to say about the run system.
Yeah, it's kind of like the first form of the dash for fighting games, which is very helpful.
Yeah,
getting around, it makes it a lot faster.
It was kind of uncontrolled, but it also brought a lot to the combo system now.
Mm-hmm. With
more in-depth combos, like create your own combo. That was like one of the few things that you could do then.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't very advanced though. With the create your own combo, it was only like a few things you could do.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a set premises of what you can do with them, but it was still kind of a create your own combo.
Yeah. It pretty much just decided that it's finally time to bring a combo system to the games because if it didn't by Mortal Kombat 3, it would just be stale at this point. So yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Moving on. Let's talk
a little about the combo system in Street Fighter.
Yeah, go ahead.
The combo system in Street Fighter, where
it wasn't like a huge like 84 hit combo thing. It was like at the most like 5 or 6 most of the time.
Which is kind of if you were really good though.
Yeah.
But took a lot of like with Mortal Kombat. I think I've always noticed this. It's what's called like a dial-up combo system, which you would hit the buttons or the moves like you would dial a phone, like boop 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 boop. Which they also did that in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, like preset combos that you would have to memorize.
Yeah.
What was fun about these earlier games is that since no one really remembered how to do the combos, like the super moves, if you knew all the super moves as one character, you would win every time.
Yeah.
It would.
And
I remember this. I used to play all the time as Ryu. Now I'm a Dan player. Yeah.
Dan the man.
I beat him 5 times in a row as Dan.
Yeah.
I'm unbeatable.
And I was playing Goken, so I kind of.
It was humiliating for him.
Yes.
But the only move I knew was Fireball, and I was fighting this one guy. It was I think it was like a field trip or something. We went to an amusement park like the last few days of school, and there was an arcade machine there. It was Street Fighter 2, and I was playing there as Ryu. And then this one guy came up. I didn't really talk to him that much. I think he knew like every move as Vega or something. So I just got so angry that all I did was spam fireballs the entire fight, and I beat him.
Yeah, that's a very good good tactic. Yeah.
It's a very
not noobish at all, by the way. No.
It's an annoying tactic.
Yes,
no one likes you if you just spam fireballs the entire time or any attack. But yeah, it's pretty much how it was for Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter.
And one more thing I want to say about the combo system though on Street Fighter, the timing, like I was saying with the dial-up, it does not do that in Street Fighter though. It's very, very strict timing with.
Yeah, it's more
with
timing
combos.
based.
Yes, it is very strict. Once you play a couple fighting games though, it gets a lot easier.
Yeah, you'll start to recognize combos, special moves. A lot of them are the same for some characters.
Yeah. And also with Street Fighter, it is all combos in there. You have to pretty much create on your own.
Yeah, I'm not sure in the manual if they have like pre-written things or not.
They don't.
Yeah. All right.